This is a speed paint I did a while back of like my favorite Pokemon and me. It's kind of weird, you know. But first, I do my basic thing. I sketch everything out, make sure I know where I want all the Pokemon to be. Then I started fleshing everything out. So right now I'm like making sure they have the right body proportions, that they look like the Pokemon they are instead of just scribbles. Because that's what the scribbles are for, just to let me know what I wanted and where I wanted it. So now I'm adding the more detail on where everything is supposed to go. And then I like to block out color. I've learned that instead of using the magic wand, you should just do it yourself. Like outline your people and then put the color that they most are. For myself, I just put my skin color. And for the other ones, just their color they are the most of, so that way you can just draw on top of it and less coloring in the end. Now I'm going back and adding minor colors and shading to everyone to give me a good idea of what colors I'll be using. I was trying to make it look like a realistic picture, so I was looking for shadows that matched the colors better than just adding like maybe a random blue or red. I used darker and then moved the values. I also wanted to make sure it was isolated and cleaned up. That's why I was like doing all this magic wand stuff to make sure each one are on their separate layers to edit. Now since I have the basic colors, I started working on the backgrounds. I wanted just to have a basic background. I wasn't too worried about the details of it yet. I just needed to know the colors that I picked for the Pokemon and the shadows I picked for them wouldn't look horrible with the background. Now I'm going back and painting, and this is taking a good second because it took forever to clean up all those disgusting lines. A very important thing when you're painting to like save you time in the long run, make sure you change your line art color from black to a color that more resembles the person or Pokemon you're drawing. Like for Raiga, I did change it to blue so it wasn't as starking as black, and I did change some to purple and orange, but just make sure to remember that because I don't think I did it for the person myself. I kept the line art black and it took a second to blend out black. Don't try to blend out black, just change your line art color before you start painting on top of it, and also lower the opacity. You don't want dark line art. So I finished myself and I finished my beautiful Genji Pokemon. That's not the actual Pokemon's name. I call them by their names because all my babies have names. Rhyhorn, that's my favorite. That's precious. That's the child. Oh, I love Rhyhorn so bad. I call her Raya too because I killed the first one because she wasn't strong enough. But I still love this one, and I love the position I have her in because I was like, when I was sketching it out, I wasn't sure if it was going to come through. But when I started doing the rough line art, I realized it looks good. And then when the colors came in, I was so happy with how it turned out. So Gleneth just got finished while I was talking about Raya. Gleneth, that's not his name. Arcadia? I really gotta look up these names of the Pokemon before I do another video like this. My Vaporeon. Yeah, let's go with that. Doing that. His name's Matt because he was 6'6" before I evolved him. He was a 6'6" Eevee. And as a joke, I named him Matt. And then for Princely, which is the Pidgeotto at the top, I didn't want to do too much. The colors turned out pretty well, so I didn't have to do too much painting overall. Just small details of the line art you could still see shining through. Then I thought about putting all their names in CP, but I was like, ugh, that takes away from the realisticness of it. I mean, yeah, Pokemon aren't that realistic, but it was an idea. So then I was testing out backgrounds to see what looked better, because my clouds weren't looking the best, to be honest. And a nice thing you can always do is you can make your own tree texture, or you can just Photoshop slight tree texture in, and then lower it, like lower its percentage, and you get a nice tree texture. Always, oh, I love this thing I did, oh, I love that. It's like frosted bubbles you get from like light texture, like a camera flare. I love those. I was very happy with how this turned out. Add a rainbow for good luck, and that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and peace out.